Like many brands stretching the boundaries of tradition in hope of expansion, Maserati challenged historical values with its first high-riding SUV. The Levante arrived locally in October 2016 with an unfamiliar silhouette home to a diesel engine shared with Jeep's Grand Cherokee. Updated for 2018, the Levante is now available in S-Trend, featuring a suite of active safety features as standard, along with a snarling twin-turbocharged petrol engine offering the performance and theater enthusiasts expect from the iconic Italian brand. We tested the Levante in GranSport form, which brings a strong list of standard features including staggered 21-inch wheels with wider rubber for the back axle, oversized brakes with red calipers, variable height air suspension, bi-xenon headlights and a central touchscreen hooked up to front and rear parking sensors, a 360-degree camera, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and a 14-speaker Harman Kardon stereo. Safety is covered by blind spot alert, adaptive cruise control and forward collision warning systems, autonomous emergency braking, hill descent control and more, now offered as standard. Luxury touches include a panoramic sunroof, powered tailgate, velour carpets and fine-grain leather upholstery, while optional extras include Zegna silk trim, adaptive headlights, carbon fiber or wood veneers, a Bowers & Wilkins stereo, 4-zone climate control and other niceties. What's inside? The Levante's striking long bought exterior style results in an interior with a little less space than you might expect from more than 2 tons of family SUV. Rear room is somewhat tight for tall occupants in the Levante, which offers a decent amount of cargo space, and a nice touch is a button for the powered tailgate conveniently located at hip height so you don't have to stretch while carrying luggage. Up front, the Levante's large steering wheel features enormous metal shift pedals fixed to the steering column and positioned close to the steering wheel. While satisfying to use when pressing on, the pedals can get in the way during everyday traffic. We'd probably prefer to use subtler wheel-mounted pedals, but Maserati chooses to mount infotainment controls on the back of the steering wheel in a similar fashion to FCA family members including Jeep. Examine the cabin closely and you'll find switchgear shared with more modest members of the Italian-American alliance, though that is by no means a deal-breaker. The Levante cabin presents well, with rich soft touch leather, an easily grasped infotainment system and well-judged use of carbon fiber, bright work and suede-like materials throughout our test example. There's plenty of storage, including room for a plus-sized phone to be plugged in and tucked out of sight under the climate control panel. Maserati's iconic oval-shaped clock is present, along with a couple of squeaks, rattles and poorly fitted trim elements we'd rather not find in a near $200,000 car. Ergonomic hiccups include a fiddly automatic transmission selector that makes it easy to grab the wrong gear and oddly stacked circular controls for the stereo and sat-nav system which feel inelegant. A final gripe surrounds audible static played through the speakers during phone calls. Maserati's electronics system isn't nearly as finessed as what you might find in a Porsche, Audi or Mercedes. Those misgivings fade into insignificance when you push the starter button and fire up the Levante's Ferrari-built 3.0-liter twin-turbo petrol V6, which rouses with a triumphant blare. The surprisingly vocal motor feels appropriate for such an iconic mark, with a rich timbre fitting Maserati's heritage. The exhaust note is a real selling point for the Levante S, which exists on an auditory plane several levels above its gruff and unremarkable diesel sibling. The Levante S offers performance to match its sound, sending an impressive 316 kilowatts of power and 580 Nm to all 4 wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission delivering crisp gear changes accompanied by a vocal burp from quad exhaust tips. Maserati claims the Levante's can rev to 100 km per hour in 5.2 seconds, well less than the 6.9 seconds diesel models require to do the same dash. That puts the Levante on par with similarly potent SUVs such as Porsche's Macan GTS or the slightly faster Mercedes-AMG GLC 43, machines which bring performance to rival proper performance cars. Maserati says best-in-class aerodynamics results in a low drag figure and high top speed of 264 km per hour, a claim we did not attempt to verify on Australian roads. In any case, the Levante feels appropriately quick in the real world, if inappropriately loud with its bimodal exhaust set in sports mode, where enthusiastic use of the engine seems fuel use exceed Maserati's claimed 10.0 liters/100 km fuel use by a considerable margin.